Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't see who you are, but I see you. Let me go get my backup phone. I'm going to need it this morning. All right, we got two. Good morning, everybody. Go into YouTube and see what's going on. We got two. Good morning, everybody. Okay. So we got one, but we still ain't got nobody talking yet. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I got four. Okay. Good morning, Wendy McLean. You were first to comment. Yeah, not the first one in, but the first one to comment. I'm showing four, but you're the only one chatting right now. Now I got three. It's still early for some people. I've been up since 5:30. 5:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere around in there. I got up. Wendy McLean, how's your morning going? Put that right there so I can see chat. Man, it's slow this morning. Good morning, Angela and Wendy. Good morning, Lynn T. How you doing this morning? And what's going on with your day? What you got planned today? Um, good morning, everybody. Wendy says, same here, up early. Had to burn furnace on the morning lot. Was in the 50s. Oh, you had to turn your furnace on this morning. Oh, wow. Doing good. Absolutely nothing. We did our shopping yesterday. So did my dad and I. We went to town yesterday, and I got some snacks and stuff for the house, and bought a couple things I needed. So we don't make trips to town around here just for nothing. One of the things that I've realized that I need is a tripod, which I left in Burleson. And I need to get a microphone so that I can set the tripod out there and watch the deer and not have to worry about putting nails in the daggum trees like Dad had to do yesterday just to get me a stand for it. So that's going to be my first order of business, is to get the stuff I need to get this right. That's me this morning. The kids are at school. It's quiet. So I'm taking advantage of it and just enjoying my time to myself this morning. Dad's target practicing. He's trying to sight his rifles and stuff. So he's getting kicked in for hunting season, and he's making sure everything's per se. So you'll hear him in a minute shooting that thing off. But me, I'm just taking it easy this morning. When you said so beautiful and peaceful out there, it is, and quiet, and woods full of squirrels and birds and foxes and what do you call them? Chipmunks, which are so cute. To target practice. I don't think we need to target practice, do we, Wendy? There's plenty of room out here to do that. And my dad's a pretty accurate shot. He will flat out hit a bullseye. He reminds me, okay, so there's a comparison here between Deuce and his dartboard and the bullseye, and Daddy with his rifles and his pellet guns with the bullseye. Both of them are extremely accurate. Good morning, Carrie's Musings. How are you this morning? It's good to see you in chat. I love to hunt. I'm a very good shot. Well, I don't, I love to fish. I love to watch deer and wildlife, but I just don't think it's in it for me to shoot them. Although I understand why my dad does. He does it to put groceries on the table, so I can't fuss about it. Carrie, I did not get your live the other day because I was having some Wi-Fi problems because of a storm. If you wouldn't mind just catching me up a little bit on what's going on. I heard you say that there was some things going and changing, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it. I'm kind of behind on that. When you said she ain't been hunting in years. Good morning, Carol Burton. How you doing this morning, my friend, my sister? Your dad taught you how to squirrel hunt at 6 years old. I used to be a natural good shot. Aiden's like that. Aiden can hit any target. The problem he's got is his brain and his safety when he's doing it is not called up with his ability, if that makes any sense. Sea Freedom, hello, all the beautiful Patriot family. Good morning, lovely. Good morning, good morning. C4, how you doing? Y'all are playing things by ear. Gotcha. Carol says, not too bad after sleeping on the floor with 3 grade. What in the world did you sleep on the floor for, Carol? Everybody, please, if you haven't already, hit that like button for me. I'm trying to work on getting this channel up and running like it needs to be. I've seen pictures of all you and them kids piled up in that bed, so I know you got a bed. I think that's everybody. Good morning, Miss Elaine. How are you? How are you? How are you? Oh, and Carol, you and I need to touch base sometime today. I got some things I need to ask you, some clarification issues. We might have to make a few changes to the channel. Um, it's going to really depend on what you have to say. Um, so, I need some input from you. But otherwise, we are doing really well, considering everything that's going on. Ah, so you let them make a fort in the bedroom. I mean, in the living room. I gotcha. I gotcha. But okie dokie artichoke. Yeah, I was doing a little snooping yesterday. Yep, Wendy McLean, that's a blessing. There's been a lot of days in my lifetime where I didn't care whether I woke up or not. And I have days like that still. So, you know. So I want to catch you guys up on what's going on with me. To give you an update, I've applied to about 15 jobs. Some of them are remote, some of them are actual jobs that I go and work at every day. In this area that I live in, there is not a lot of jobs because it's very, very, very small lake community. So, and we're kind of away from everything. We are at least a 15-mile drive, I think, from Walmart on either direction. And so, looking for jobs. Haven't gotten any callbacks yet. The one I want to take is at night shift, and I don't think I can do it, but it would be so much easier on me in the long run. But it will require me leaving the kids here at night sleeping by themselves, which that's never good. And so I'm just looking around trying to find out what's going on and what can be done. I actually applied to I guess you'd call it a laundry attendant yesterday and a room attendant because I just need to work. Yep. And you know what, Wendy? It was so funny. I got a funny story about Walmart. When I grew up in a little town called McRae, Georgia. McRae, Georgia is very, very small. It's kind of like Putnam County. It has like uh little mom and pop type stores in the city. And then to get to major stores, you have to actually take a drive. And I promise you, Walmart is at least 30 miles in either direction you go. You can either go to Dublin, Georgia, and go to Walmart. You can go to Eastman, Hazelhurst, but those are your three choices. Vidalia. But either way, you're going to have to make you a drive. And nope, I'm not going to apply at Walmart. I applied at Murphy's, though, the gas station. I applied there yesterday. I don't want to work at Walmart because of the way they treat their employees. And I guess it's because when they have like a big old personality thing that they give you a test, and I can't pass that daggum thing because, I mean, Carrie, I am in a little town called Eatonton, Georgia, but we're out in the country, so we don't live in the city. We are probably 3 hours from the Florida line, is my guess. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 3.5. Who knows? Uh, but I actually live on Lake St. Clair, so I'm out of town and on the lake. And if you don't like water, this is not the place for you to live. I don't see how people can live up here and not like the water, but that's just me. Wendy says, when I lived in Florida, Walmart was 30 miles, other was 50 miles. I love the water too. I love to ski. I love to fish. I love to swim. I like to go out on the pontoon boat for a day or two or a weekend and just enjoy your time on the boat. All kinds of stuff. I'm a water bug. My dad raised me up to be a water bug. We were around water too much for me not to learn to swim and enjoy water. So, um, and this place right here is where I spent my summers. Me and all 13 of my girl cousins would spend our time up here, and we loved it. Uh, C4, I see your mess. There it goes. Most of the job these days are hiring part timers, not full time. Um, do not wanting to pay for insurance, right? Lynn says, I live on a lake also out in the country. I love it. Been here 31 years. Well, when this, like, if my dad and my mom pass away, this property is going to go to me. And I've got so many memories and all tied up in here that it just makes sense. And I love it. I love being on the lake. Um, I think it's rained every single day since I've been here. Every single day we're getting rain. Last night in the middle of the night it started raining. Elaine says, I have friends in Gotten, Georgia, about 30 miles from Savannah in the hills. Let me see where that's at, how far that is from me. Um, you said Gotten, Georgia. Guyton. No thanks. Gotten, Georgia. Guy. Okay. Directions from, man. Carol, you need to learn to swim. Wendy says, it's been weird here. Nothing on radar, but rain's been happening a lot. Yeah, we're getting a lot of pop-ups, a lot of pop-up storms and stuff that's just like popping up for no reason. And like in late in the evening, we seem to get them right before dark. Little. There we go. Oh, it's about 3 hours from us. Gotten is about 3 hours. It says 2 hours and 52 minutes and 153 miles. So that's where we're at with that. So that's a pretty good distance. We are also getting rain. I think it's all from the fires. Well, it's really weird. My dad was telling me yesterday that, or maybe it was this morning, that we're going to be 65 one day coming up in the morning. That's a pretty cool day. Or a pretty cool night. Yeah, it's a little bit out of the way, but it's all right. Gotten is one place I've never heard of. But that there's a lot of places here because Georgia's so comprised of such small towns. There's a lot of little bitty towns here that you ain't never heard of. And Lynn says it was 59 here this morning. Wow, you guys are getting cool weather. I think, how many of y'all think we're going to have an early fall? Early fall. Just based on the weather pattern, how many of y'all think it's going to get cold quick? Because I do. I think the cold weather, the cooler weather that we're having now is going to bring it in. To people in Forsyth are awesome. They're okay. Forsyth isn't actually that far from me. It's about, I'd say about an hour and 15 minutes. I know Forsyth well. I had to take my state merit test for the state there. I think it's going to get cold soon too, Carol. And I love the cold weather. I'm one of those that doesn't like the summer. So the quicker it turns cold, the better off I'm going to be. My asthma and everything is just better there. So that's where we're at with that. Let's see. We have really, wait a minute now. Lynn says we have really hot starting Saturday, back to the high 90s and 100s this next week. So you've been to heat back up. She's in the desert. We don't ever get rain. It's 83 here with 21% humidity and all cloudy. You would think you being in the desert, you'd have a higher humidity than that. Our humidity yesterday afternoon was 100%. It was so hot and sticky here. It was ridiculous. Wendy says, I think we will have a longer summer. It's going to be super hot again next week. I hate cold weather. Makes my bones, hurts my bones with metal. Yeah, I got you on that. I've got rheumatoid, but I still prefer the cold weather. I've never been a hot summer person. Now, when I was younger, I liked the summertime, but now that I've gotten older, I just can't tolerate the heat like I used to, and it'll make me sick. Yeah, that's pretty low for this area. Like, that's a major difference between Texas heat and Georgia heat is the humidity. Here, I'll let you have that can. You can't have this one. The yellow jackets are swarming me this morning. Carol says, I'll be in Gatlin, Tennessee starting Saturday for the 35th anniversary of, where you're supposed to be in the 90s all week. Man, I wish I could go with you. I love Tennessee. And I love Gatlinburg. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you're actually not going to be that far from me, Carol. I would say, let's see how far Gatlinburg is from here. I'm thinking about 3 hours. Let's see what it says. Ooh, 5 hours. 229 miles. So, I take it day by day with the hardware in my back. Every year is different, correct? Lynn says Gatlinburg is beautiful. Yes, it is. Good morning, Miss Nina. I was wondering when you were going to pop up in here. So it looks like we've lost a few of our chatters, which is one reason I want to talk to Carol. So, and as far as beauty, that's a bit, the Colorado mountains, the Smokies are beautiful and stuff too, or the Rockies, excuse me, but that the Appalachian Mountains up there are just absolutely beautiful. 8-hour drive for me, but it'll be fun with my hubby. Well, you guys could always come, and maybe y'all could take the scenic route and come down here, and maybe we can all grill out or something. I have to talk to Dad, but if you'd be willing to make the drive, I'd be willing to bring you here and let y'all eat and go live and stuff. It's a little bit of a drive, though. It's whatever you're comfortable with, but I've been wanting to meet you forever. So this would be a good opportunity for me to meet Miss Carol. She's going to be close. I'm almost as far. You let me know. All you got to do is let me know. Just let me know. We can darn sure make it happen. I'll start the live stream up and you can take a day off from modding. Okay, she says, Wendy, the doctor was going to put in the material that evaporates after years. My children said no, so I got permanent hardware. And I can't blame you for that either, C4, because why would you want to go back in and have it redone? What's the point in having something put in your body that dissolves unless it stitches? Stitches you want to dissolve, but everything else does not need to do that. What is the purpose of putting hardware in your body that's going to dissolve? That's kind of stupid, I think. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. Surgery isn't easy anyway. But then again, they make more money if they do that. So who knows? Who knows? Carol, you need to get with me if you'd like to try to do it. I would love it. I would love to have you here. It would be a really nice change for me. Um, the live stream would love it too. So y'all let me know. You let me know. You and your husband are both welcome to come down. We'll plan something while y'all are down here. We'll throw some smoked chicken on the grill. Let's see what we got. God given us a cross in our bodies. Now I have two, God and man made. Gotcha. Good morning, Miss Kelly. Good morning, Miss Kelly. How you doing? C4 of mine have been recalled. They didn't tell me they were experimental and not approved by FDA, but yet they are taking no cases past 2002. I had the very first ones in 1998. Wow. It's amazing to me how they do that. They'll let you do something to your body, but most of the time they don't tell you that it's all experimental. Let's see. I think I ought to have good kids with good heads on their shoulders, right? It's up to you, Carol. You just let me know. They'd be done like sitting out here doing their own thing, be like, Mom fell. Grandpa, Mom fell. Grandpa, Mom fell. They wouldn't be trying to. I know Chris would try to help if he could because he don't like me to do stuff like that, but still. I have not been working on my pots. I've got to get back into it. As a matter of fact, I might try to do one this afternoon. I got to have a clear work area. It has absolutely got to stop raining. I would hate to get all my stuff out here and it start to rain. And my dad and I were talking about it yesterday, trying to figure out a spot that I could actually work inside the building, which we might do. There's a guy up here that's got some of those big light wire spools. I thought we could take those and make a table out of it just for painting. I don't want to buy a table to paint on. I'd rather get something that's disposable that if you mess it up, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But yeah, I got all the stuff to work on them. I'm still waiting on my AliExpress stuff. And I got tickled at my stepmom because I was talking to her and she goes, "That's why I don't use AliExpress. They take too long to get their stuff here." Kind of like Temu. And what is that other one that's got such cheap prices? Temu and I can't think of the other one. Anyway, so let me back up. I have not, but I've got the stuff to do it. And I wanted to wait till the kids went to school and like me and my dad were busy one day moving wood. The second day we went and run errands. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. And but yeah, I've got pots in Dad's trunk. They're in the trunk of Dad's car. No, not Sheen. It's something else. It came along before Tumu, and I can't think of the name of it to save my soul. So yeah, Hurricane Michael hurt a lot of people. Carrie says right now I have enough signal to watch and chat occasionally, but no live stream. That sucks. I forgot about Chicago. That's bad too. But I have to say, I hate Atlanta more. Every single time I go, always an accident in front of us. Wendy McLean, the next time you come to Atlanta, you need to let me know because when you get to Atlanta, you are right at an hour from me, I think, a little more, maybe give or take, depending on traffic. Um, Kelly, you can take a container that is for tampons and make it into a work of art. Painting the flower pots, it's just not that big of a deal. Decorating them up's not that big of a deal. You can take nothing and turn it into something. It's a big difference. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do a live with a pot pretty quick. I talked to my mom and she's like, she don't want to work outside. We don't really have anywhere to work inside because I would really like her to help me on some of them. But if I want to do one, I might have to solo it for a while. Hope you are not mad at me, but I am here. We have been extremely busy on the farm. Now, Jen Shannon, why would I be mad at you? The only thing that I could think of that I could say anything about is, let's see, wasn't it you that fussed at me about not having headgear and stuff on the video for the tree? Other than that, there's nothing to be mad about. And I'm not mad about that. I thought it was hilarious. My dad's been cutting down trees for many, many years. He used to work with a timber company. So, and then I put it in there in the chat. I put the video on there and everybody wanted to critique his work and it really started pissing me off. I was more offended by the people that was telling him how to cut down a tree. But my dad had to work a lot of times by himself, so he has to figure out ways to do things on his own. Carol, I understand. Yeah, I thought so. So that's the only thing. You made one comment, but it wasn't a bad comment, so there's nothing to be angry about. You just been busy. C4 says, Wendy, it happened June 30th. I was walking. July 7th was with no meds. I left it all in God's hands. I walked different. It is what it is, right? Kelly says, don't say that. Anytime you use your creativity, it's a big thing. Cool. I know. But my thing is my dad, he's worked with we have he's the one who taught me about starting a fire pit and keeping wood small so you can put it in there. And we grew up around wood burning stoves and stuff. So wood is something we've been dealing with for years and years. Wendy says, it's definitely in God's hands. I have to wear leg braces and use cane because of what all my back has done to my body, but I'm still on my feet. So are you. We are blessed. You know what, Wendy? I don't know if you've ever heard of a place called Macon, Georgia, but there is a guy that my mama had two man named Peter Holiday came in and fixed her back. And he did a good job. He put titanium rods and screws and all that kind of stuff in his back. Jen, I know. Y'all keep praying. What God has in store for me right now, I don't know. Okay. I don't know what the future holds. I know what the human part of me wants the future to hold, but honestly, I have no idea what's coming. But I tell you what, I'm going to have to put a wall up because I'm not going to get hurt like I just did. I can't do it again. And so Peter Holiday, if you need back surgery and you're hurting like that, call him and see if he could do anything to help you. He's very good at what he does. Okay, I have been everywhere, even the best in Florida. My back implants are breaking down and can't be fixed. When they go, I go. That's bad, Wendy. So sad. All this new technology, it seems like to me they'd have something that could help you. I'm fixing to step into the building and get me a muffin, y'all. I'll be right back. You sure you don't want a blueberry muffin? I got some little ones. I can do that. Y'all, hold on just a second. I got to get that. Okay, do you want me to turn my camera this way? That way towards the woods? Yeah, she don't want to go see you.
Oh, they ain't gonna see that.
Considering it's facing that way, it might. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming back.
If I can get a couple of squirrels, I can put them in there with that.
See, Daddy? Daddy. See their brand. Uh-uh.
Squirrels, I'll put them in there.
You know I'm eating a sandwich tonight, right? That's fine. I mean, don't get offended, but I'm just letting you know. The kids will eat. Chris goes, rabbit. He's like, I've never had rabbit. And I was like, well, you can try it. Grandpa's going to cook it.
Better than squirrels.
Y'all have at it. Eat deer. That's what we'll do when we get hungry. Eat deer. Okay. So let's see. Wendy says, Wendy, I'm telling you, my mama was very, very hesitant. See my pretty muffin, y'all? My mama was real hesitant after 2 failed surgeries to let them touch her. But she feels better now that he did. So let's see. Carrie says, found out why I have 4 holes from surgery instead of 3. Doctor said he went in and my liver was higher and in the way. Had to put another hole to go in. Wow. C4 says, God has put us in the path we are to take. Is how we go with it. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong then. Wendy says, they finally fixed my knee bone. They were coming out of my back and way I walked because of it. It took many years. Awesome. See, I'd be scared to death to go to a chiropractor. Whew, I would. Jan says, oh, yum. Jan, you want one? Wendy, I had mine done in Panama City, Florida. It used to be called Bay Medical. Off the top of my head, can't recall the new name. Let's see. It was called Bay Medical back in the day. So let's see what the name of it is now. You said Panama. What? Okay. Is it this afternoon? Okay. All right. So let's look it up real quick and then I got to tell y'all something. Dad wants me to say something to y'all. Bay Medical in Panama City. Bay. Oops. Medical. Panama City. Let's see what we can find. All right. There is still a Bay Medical Center in Panama. It's at 615 North Bonita Avenue. Does that sound right? Um, don't lift nothing over 5 pounds. How in the hell can you do that? Everything weighs 5 pounds at least. That's the only thing Florida has. That and beautiful scenery. Aruba Dive Girls there. Charlene and Slim are there. A lot of Patriots there. Carrie's there. Carrie, aren't you in Florida right now? Oh, the original Bay Medical is closed. Well, I haven't lost anything in Florida. You couldn't pay me to live in that state. Number one, I don't like DeSantis. Number two, I don't like Disney. Number three, I don't like the ocean. Number four, I don't like hurricanes. Number five, I just don't want to be in Florida. Okay, so state to state. If you believe, I want y'all to listen to me. If you believe in if you believe that the 2020 election was stolen, say yes or no. You have to be rich to live in Florida. How many of you believe that Trump won the election and they took it? Nina says yes. Who else? I want to move back to Florida. I used to live right on the water, watch dolphins with my coffee in the morning. All right, y'all coming out of the woodwork now. Nina, Lynn, and C4 says absolutely it was stolen. Who else? We got 14 in here. There should be 14 yeses. Florida is not affordable, nowhere. And if you pick an orange, they'll put you in jail. Okay. See, the difference is y'all are beach people and y'all like the water. I'm a mountain person. I could care less. C4 said I was born in Florida with my kids. I'm not rich either, but I'm not going to live in Florida. Carrie, what part of Florida are you in? How close are you to the Georgia line? They are, and that's when I die. If anybody that is actually around that still loves me, I want them to take my ashes to the highest peak in the Appalachian Mountains and let them loose. I could see me in my later years after the kids are gone or whatever happens, after I retire and I'm not doing anything but traveling, I could see myself just drifting away and using the live stream to let you guys know where I'm at, because I will disappear. What I would like to do when this is all said and done is if I do not return to Burleson, I'm an hour and a half away from Georgia. C4, you need to just come see me one day. But then again, I think I'm 5 hours. Let's see. Daddy, how far do you think we are from the state line? Huh? That's not what I asked you. Florida. Three and a half, 4 hours. You too, Miss Kelly. You have a good day. But I don't know. I've driven down the interstate in Florida. I love the scenery. I love to look at the ocean. I don't mind wading in it, but that's where it ends for me. Don't mind boats. Don't mind going on a cruise. Would love to go on a cruise. I think we should, as a group. I'm in a little town called Eatonton. It's spelled Eatonton. Eatonton. T-O-N, Georgia. What you trying to do? See how far we are? Sounds about right. That sounds about right. 6 or 7 hours isn't too bad if you like to drive. I'd like to get all the freedom people together that was interested and find a really decently priced 5-day cruise and let's take off. Just so I can say I've been on a cruise. That's a little far to drive, but to each its own. To each its own. I love West Virginia. I love West Virginia. I like Kentucky. I like Tennessee. Anywhere that the mountains run. Just beautiful to see. Okay. Wendy says, my mom is in Newberry, Florida, evil stepmom in Keystone Heights, Florida, sister in Tampa, non-blood sister in Newberry, family in Port St. Lucia. Port St. Lucia has such a the red dirt in Georgia. Oh, honey, we have our fair share of it. We are right smack dab. It's not even red dirt. It's called red clay. And when it rains, so you can imagine having a what is it? One of them things that you actually like. You put the clay on it and it turns, so that you can actually like mold it. This clay here doesn't require any water, any moisture, anything. It's got enough of its own, and you could probably build some crap with it. I just ain't never done it. Yeah, it's okay, but it ruins my clothes. Ugh. And like when it rains, the lake will turn clay muddy. My mother used to put her car on the auto train and she would stay in Florida 3 months. A brave soul. Wow. In Hartsville, Georgia. I don't know where that's at. I'd have to look it up. Oh, you drove 80 miles yesterday and that bothered you? No. No. New craft challenge, a pot with red Georgia clay. I don't have the stuff I need to do it though. Nina says, I can never get red clay stain out of my granddaughter's softball uniform. Any suggestions? There isn't one. It's not going to come out. Okay. I got you. I think it was Lakeland, Florida that I visited that was right on the Florida line. If you take it as soon as it gets messed up and wash it then while it's fresh, you could stand a chance of getting it out. But if you don't wash it immediately, it's there. Absolutely. You're right. It doesn't like to come out. Yep. I went up there to apply for a forensic scientist position and decided that I didn't want it. It was what you had to do to get it that I didn't like, so they can keep it. They wanted me to be a beat cop for 3 years. The thing is, here's the thing. If you go to school for forensics or forensics is what you want to do, then they should have a way for you to get your education and go into the PD and become an investigator without having to go through the beat cop and all that crap. I don't want to be a cop. I want to be a forensic scientist. And I applied to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation straight out of college and made it to the final interview. And I was up against probably 10,000 people statewide. And 90% of those people were cops, sheriffs, GSP, Georgia State Patrol, you name it. And me, I came in with just the knowledge I've learned from a book and from other things. Um, hold on. OxyClean and bleach folded it a little, but you can still see the stain. Georgia red clay is hard to get out. White socks are always orange. White clothes are always orange. Hmm. I knew I could hear myself talking. That was that drives me that drives me crazy. Carrie, we did a drive through there at Keystone Heights. We used to that is. My grandparents had a place in Key Largo, and if you looked out the kitchen window, you were looking at where they docked the Goodyear blimp. That's crazy. I would have never thought that the Goodyear blimp was held in Florida. That's wild. Well, I think the only thing that we have here that's really interesting, the Georgia Guidestones was interesting to me, but now they're gone. And then you've got Kings Bay, which does anybody know what Kings Bay is? The Florida people might, but everybody else probably won't. Does anybody know what Kings Bay is? Come on. Carrie, you know what Kings Bay is. My granddaughter Bella wants to be an investigator taking classes this year. Goodyear Aerospace. Miss him so much. There is a clearer that takes out if you soak in lukewarm water. I have fallen in love with Georgia over the years. Wouldn't mind living there either. Well, I tell you what, and it's really, really sad, but there is like here on the lake, there are so many houses that have been balled up here, or that people would put a little trailer in to use it as a weekend retreat or a place to come and enjoy the lake and things of that nature. They put a single wide trailer in here and a camper, and then they leave and just leave it. Then they die. They leave it to their kids, and the kids never come down here. So we have so many houses that's just like rotting and falling apart because you can't. If you have a house, you have to live in it. If you don't live in the house, it falls apart. C4 says, I'm going to look it up and find out what Kings Bay is. It's a sub base. That's right. It's a submarine base. And when you're there and you're standing out, because like Cumberland Island is very close to Kings Bay. And if you stand on Cumberland, you can also see the submarines coming in and out. It is a naval base. That is correct. Kings Bay is 4 hours and 15 minutes away from me. Awesome. And it is a naval base, and they have submarines that come in and out of there all the time. My daddy retired from Goodyear Aerospace. Miss him so much. Let's see. So sorry. My dad passed September 24th, 2021. I'm still not able to deal with it. Stepmom tried smothering him. Oh my goodness. He wound up dead 4 days later. I don't have anything of my daddy's except for some ashes in a pendant around my neck. She probably had him cremated so they couldn't find out. Is she in jail? I mean, you don't just kill somebody and smother them with a pillow and not go to prison. I don't know. In this day and time, you might could actually. They would put the pothead selling marijuana on the street in jail before they'll lock a murderer up. It's beautiful just to sit out there and watch everything. So, Goofball makes it stain remover $21. Wow. Goofball makes it stain remover $21. Goofball. That's crazy. But other than that, we really don't have anything like really historical here in Georgia. It's like we had the Guidestones, but somebody finally got smart and plowed those down, and I'm so glad they blew them jokers up. Dad never wanted cremated. She did. She should be in jail, but no proof. But she did it. Wow. What does she want? His money or his insurance policy or something? How could you kill somebody for money? That's just crazy. They can be at times. Um, just like anything else, you've got water, so you have to deal with mosquitoes. And then you've got bees and other stuff that's here, but that's just part of the South. So if you're afraid of insects, yep, there's a bunch of them in Georgia. And the more water there is around you, the more you have to deal with them. So that's the way. Oh, shoot, we've dropped down to 9. Where did everybody go? I guess I'm boring this morning. Am I boring this morning, y'all? She wanted the insurance. They were married for 35 years. She is psycho. Only got worse over the years. Abused dad. That's a shame. And probably kept him around all them years just to pay off on that daggum thing. And that's crazy. Um so yeah, applying for jobs. I haven't gotten any solid leads. Got the kids in school. I have called and made some arrangements for I'm looking into some places for them to go where they can get the therapy and all they need still. Because after the debacle in Burleson, they most definitely need some help. I can't seem to give them. Um, since I've gotten here, just to give y'all an idea, I have a backup purple phone. Remember the phone that when I first started streaming, y'all couldn't hear me on? That phone was in pristine condition. It's now got a cracked screen. And then Chris tripped over my dadgum charging cord last night in the building and broke my new one. So one of the first things I'm going to have to do is fix that. Georgia Grand Canyon and Stone Mountain, both beautiful. Both beautiful. Stone Mountain's okay. It's not all it's cracked up to be. It's a big mountain. That's all it is. And it's just like the rest of the mountains in the North Georgia. It's beautiful, but to me, Stone Mountain doesn't stick out above any other ones. Everybody's saying no, no. What? No, no to what? Oh, not boring at all. Wendy says she is doing nothing but partying and having lots of men at her house. So everything my brother and I should have gotten, she either pawned or gave to men. I was supposed to get the first 22 that Dad had and his service revolver, but you didn't get either one of them. You know, that's another thing because with my dad being a hunter and stuff, he's got rifles and things of that nature. And I'd like to keep the guns just for sentimental value, but you won't ever see me hunt with them. And the only reason I would pick one up is to either shoot a snake or a person that was trying to come up in my house, or maybe a dog or something like that. But I don't deal with them. But I'm a real sentimental person. Things that you know, my dad's things and my mom's things, they've spent their lifetime accumulating what little bit they have here. And we don't live. I mean, we don't have no fancy house, but we are real lucky to live on the lake where we have lake access and stuff like that. So, and this property's been in the family for years, years and years. Brother was to get other pew pews. I don't even have a shirt, anything from dad. My son came in and looked at my phone just now. Yep, that's it. And see, that's the thing. If it ever came down to it, which it will eventually. I mean, I know that I mean the cycle of life is we live and we die. And so I know that one day I'm going to have to try to make it through this world without my father. It would be so awesome if I died before him because I don't want to have to go through it. But I know the day's coming that, that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. And it's going to be really, really hard on me. But his presence is forever through this land. And my stepmom and I've been trying to talk her into not going to her son's. If something did happen to dad, I'd like her to stay here with me, mainly because I'd like to make sure that she's all right. And I am very familiar with the way she does things and things of that nature. But it sounds like to me pretty much if I lose my dad, I'm going to lose her too. That she wants to be with her youngest son, which I can't blame her. He, never mind. I'll shut up. I can't. I was going to say something, but I'm not. He's the one. He's the one of the three kids that if she had to choose between the three, he would be the correct one. Brandon has some sense on his shoulders. Thank goodness I think he's got a couple of bars and he's got a computer store and all these things that he's dealing with, and he has done really well for himself. My dad passed when I was 28. Um, my well, you guys were here and in the live stream when my birth mother passed. Um, I came all the way to Georgia to deal with that. I pretty much been by myself. I had three stepbrothers and sisters, but I pretty much stayed on my own because they did, my sister Sherry, she's been married to the same man her entire life. She has, I think, two beautiful kids that are now grown and doing well, and she's still married to the same gentleman. So he wound up being right for her. She was young when they got married. Wendy, it will get better because you will live for him. 32. Goodness gracious. I'm so sorry, Carol. So Nina says, I lost my dad in 78, my mom in 99. Yeah. And, if you pay attention to my live streams, a lot of my, I mean, not my live streams, excuse me. If you pay attention to my shorts and my videos, 90% of my stuff involves doing stuff with my dad. And I used to sit back on the live stream in Burleson and I would tell everybody that what I missed was not Georgia itself, but just my dad's and I's traditions. And that's one of the wonderful things about being home is I do at least get to spend some time with my dad. And Wendy says, now I just have to get my mom back up there because of the horrible abuse from my non-blood sister to her. Mom is 76, works over 40 hours a week to get out the house and doesn't have to work. What it all comes down to really, y'all, is, how much, people come in your life and they leave out. They come in your life, they leave out. Just like me with my mom. I didn't really appreciate her until I got older. I had to get older to appreciate her. When I was young, I saw her as a stumbling block, because that's just what kids do. When your life changes and you're not used to it, or better yet, you want things a certain way or the way they've always been, and you can't grasp the concept of sometimes two people just cannot live together, and that's how my dad and my mother were. And then when he remarried, they've been married many years now. I want to say that my mom said 43 years. May be wrong on that. But she stuck by him through cancer, through two injuries. So yeah, she was here. And if anything ever happened to Dad, that's one of the main reasons I would want to do good by her and make sure that she's comfortable, that whatever she wants, she gets to do. Because what years she's got left, she needs to enjoy them. That's the way it goes. You can't you can't take someone like that and that's being adjusted and situated and in one place for so many years, and she's been with my dad, and whereas my birth mother never appreciated my father for who he was, because had she done that, she didn't have made different decisions. But my stepmom's hung right in there with him, and there's been good times and bad, I'm sure. There's probably been crap that I don't know nothing about, which is perfectly fine with me. But when it comes down to it, 40 something years later, they're still here. I lost my 3 siblings in the last 6 years. Also, it's been tough, but I got this. Right? I was an only child, so I didn't have siblings as far as direct bloodline. And I'm the only child my dad's got. Plus my wife of 40 years, 4 years prior. Lost. Oh, okay, I got you. I've lost 6 family members in a 6-month time. All we can do is keep going on. Our time will come. Just remember, there is another day we will meet again. That's true. And you know what? I put this post on Facebook yesterday. If you don't follow me on Facebook yet, my name is Laverne Brewster on there. And I had, because my actual Facebook account got shut down because I was speaking the truth. And they shut me down with a group that supported 1776 RM2. And I was posting all of their stuff on there daily too. So unanswered questions are really tough. But when it all comes down to it, you have nothing out here but peace. It's quiet. You can come out here and listen to the sounds of nature all day long, and it's just calming. It's a calm place to be. So, yeah. But our life is pretty much what we make it, and mine's been rough up until this point. My dad was buried with his parents. His third wife moved him to be next to her grave with her first husband. Really strange to think about at times. That is a little strange. Carrie says 2 siblings out of 10. I'm the oldest. Well, at least when you grow up as an only child, you don't have to worry about who did what, because you're the only one that could have done it. So there ain't no arguing, no bickering. But it's a lonely place to be when you're an only child too, because it's just you. But I guess that's why I was always like out in the woods and building forts and climbing trees and swinging on my tire swing or whatever I wanted to do. I could leave in the morning and go out in the woods and not come back till late in the evening, and my dad didn't worry about me because he knew that I was going to be all right. So I found stuff to do. I'd use these woods to my advantage. My kids don't know nothing about that crap. They'd rather be on their daggum cell phones, which they don't have, and tablets, which they don't have. I got tickled at Nina last night. Nina says, you ought to take something away from them because they broke your phone. I was like, they've lost everything. There's nothing else to take. They had lost everything before we ever left Deuces. I mean, just point blank. I mean, me and Deuce were so desperate to try to get their attention, they were stripped down to nothing. And they still didn't care. We have the same name. Hold on. We have the same name. Yours first, mine is my middle. Oh, so your middle name is Angela? I got that because my grandmother wanted to name me Angel. No, my mother wanted to name me Angel. But my grandmother popped in and said, just as soon as you do, she's going to turn out to be a little devil. So I ended up getting an A put on it. And that's cool with me. I don't mind. And my middle name is Laverne, and I don't often tell anybody that. But if you're going to find me on Facebook, that's how you're going to have to find me. It's going to be Laverne Brewster. And if you'll check Carol Burton's, let's see, Carol's got me on Facebook. Nina don't do Facebook. Third of Its Kind has got me on Facebook. Silly for Him and I are linked up on Facebook. Glory Be Freedom and I are hooked up on Facebook. David Valentine, I got a lot of friends that's in the movement. So, and that's the best way to be. That's a good link to have. Keep up with the Freedom Family. That way you can keep up with what's going on. But I want to get mobile, and I want to get to where I can drive, and I want to get me a camper, and I want to hit the road and go meet my chat members. So that's the plan. Take the live stream, stay on the road, let y'all ride with me, and we'll visit y'all one at a time. So that's what I want to do. Let's see. I was named after my grandmother, but no one ever pronounces it right. Yep, I don't tell many people my middle name because the first thing they do is come out with this. We're Shirley, Laverne and Shirley. Well, what's so ironic is I have an aunt. Her name is Shirley Brewer, and that's my dad's sister. And me and her have the same birthday. Well, see, I don't have an E on mine. I don't have an E on Laverne. It's Lavern, and it's LAVERN. It's like Laverne. It's almost like it's split, but that was my mother's crap. Carrie McDaniel, I don't know. Carrie McDonald, okay. So, Carrie, did you just send me a friend's request on Facebook? My dad's dog yesterday got a hold of a cicada and was walking around the yard with it in her mouth. My father finally got it away from her and threw it over the fence or something. Anyway, that is a loud bug. Well, no picnic, stupid rain. Are you going to have a picnic today? I'll find you. I got Glory and David. Right, I'm on their page. Both of them. If you go to Carol Burton's page, I'm there. Where's who just added? Yeah, I just got a request from Carrie, so I figured it was you. Okay, gotcha. What bugs are beautiful? What are you talking about? GM, what bugs? You talking about the yellow jackets flying around the screen? There's nothing cute about them yellow jackets. Yep, got it. And when I get off, I will approve it. I might can improve it now. Hold on. Yep, I found you. Yep, I got you. We are now friends on Facebook. All right. So, oops, what happened? All right, cicadas. Yes, they're very loud. Loud. That poor little bug was screaming off and pitching a fit because that dog had him. She wasn't hurting him. But she darn sure had him. And Dad got him away. And that's another thing. We had to deal with the birds earlier this week. They finally took their flight, and we've got a dog that'll eat them in a 2-second splat. So when they when they fell out the nest, we had to gather them up and get them somewhere where Mama could find them. So Carrie's Musings on Facebook. Cool beans. So we just, this morning, I tell you what, I may get out everything out. We might do a pot after lunch. It's going to depend on how hot it is, though. And it also depends on the weather. And then the boys are going to get together this afternoon with Daddy if it isn't raining, and they're going to move a wood stack. And I really enjoy and appreciate anything they do, anything he does to make them work. Works good for them. And Chris is like, I want to make my own money. I want to make my own money. I want to make my own money. He's 14 fixing to be, and he wants to make his own money. But if he keeps that drive for 2 more years, he can go to work. I do too. I actually have my chat linked up where I can put it on Facebook, but I don't like doing it. I don't know why, but I don't like going live on Facebook. I think God will use I think God uses a lot of different ways to reach you. He uses dreams, he uses visions, he uses thoughts, he'll use other people. It's pretty wild. I do not do Facebook, but my farm is on Facebook. My daughter-in-law takes care of it. I don't think they can work at 14 here. This child barely gets, he just barely gets up in the morning and goes to school, let alone has to worry about a job right now. But even if he went to work, unless he grows up and he gets a little more responsible, there's no way in the world I would let him have a phone because he don't do the right things with it and stuff of that nature. And then that puts me having to get him back and forth to work. So that ain't going to work either. So, it is what it is. But, okay. Now, before I forget, Mike Lindell has got his thing for the election going these 2 days. So if you have not downloaded Frank's speech, please get it so you can see what's going on. I'm actually going to turn it on my TV in a little while and watch it on there. But because they have Frank's speech on Roku, and you can also download it on your phone. And based on what I'm hearing, Cleo Hall sent you a request. Based on what I'm hearing, who was Cleo Hall? Do y'all know? But we, hey, see, I love it. C4 and I are linked up. I love your cat eye. That's pretty. But it's like this, you need to, if you haven't watched it, I would suggest that you do and share it out, because if we don't, okay, if we don't fix the elections, it's not going to matter what else we do. It's not going to matter. We have got to get these people out of office, people. We have got to get them out of office, and we're going to have to find. Where are you going? And you letting them out? There goes Mitzi and Chipper, y'all. And Daddy. Yeah, I got your message. It popped up on both of my phones. Yeah, I miss my old Facebook page. I had a bunch of them. I had a bunch. Oh, yeah. Wendy, I'll tell him when he comes back too. Right now, he's trying to find the squirrels. Dad's been using cowbells on them for, I know at least a couple years. And because of all the woods we've got out here and the main highway and stuff, when they're out here and they have them bells on, you can hear them anywhere. But if they don't have them on, you're gonna play hell trying to find them if they're hiding out somewhere, or if they're chasing something or whatever, you know. Okay, so let me go ahead and Cleo, we are now friends on Facebook. And let's see. Yeah. Carrie, Carol is, you can link up with Carol by going to my website, going to my Facebook and Carrie's, and probably, seems like to me and Lady Buckeye are linked up. And speaking of which, Lady Buckeye is back in Santa's chat. In case y'all did not know, she is back to modding. It is so good to see her in action. But I won't be spending a lot of time there. When you have a breakup because of whatever, you know, whatever it is that's going on with me and Deuce, and what really was the straw that broke the camel's back, it becomes really difficult to be around them at times. So and now he can be in chat and I can't even see him. So it unsettles me. I don't like that. And so this whole thing is just taking a turn as far as YouTube is concerned. And YouTube is the only thing that happened on. I mean, we're still linked up on Facebook and everything else, but the YouTube channel, you know, I'm the one who put most of the work in it. So when me and Deuce split, I told him, I said, you don't get double deuces. I said, I've built it from the ground up. I said, you don't do nothing on it. I was like, it's my channel. I said, and I'm taking it. And I did. And I got to get out here, and I missed doing the pots. I got to get out here and get all my stuff out. And I might do it today. And like I said, it's really going to depend on the weather, because the weather has not been cooperative. Exactly. Lady Buckeye and Carol are just like naturally cute together as far as the way they deal with each other. It's so funny. And Lady Buckeye's as good as gold. And you know, most of the patriots I've met were good people. Just down to earth, salt of the earth people. But I need to do some changes. I need to make some changes to the channel. I need to change the name for one and get double deuces off of it. I don't have any idea what the crap I'm going to call it, but I'd like to drop the double deuces because we're no longer double deuces. So, but you get Carol and Lady Buckeye in one place with a live stream, only you just have no idea what could happen. So, but the live streams wound up being really good for me. So, and I enjoy it. And I may get out here this afternoon and do a pot. I've got enough stuff to do some. I still have the original stuff that I left Burleson with. I'd like to get in here and, if nothing else, make a freedom pot. I mean, I got plenty of stuff to do it. Well, you know, even in the Bible, God used dreams to communicate with people. He put people in deep sleep so he could deal with them. So make sure you watch Mike Lindell today. Please share that out. I'm going to have to make a post on Facebook pretty soon about it. Because the more people that know, see, there's so many people in this country that just don't realize what's going on. And then us being, good morning, Stormy, and with us being the people that we are, and the fact that we're patriots, you know, and we know what's really going on, It's our job to educate and to spread and to make people aware of what the government's doing. But on the flip side of that, if the patriots give up, all hope's already lost, because the patriots are the only ones that care. Kids don't care. They're so far up in the matrix, they don't give a damn. And most of the parents are up in the matrix and don't care. And so, and the kids are just getting more dysfunctional as days go by. I believe the vaccines they shoot up in them and they require is what's messing them up. That's my opinion. So, Stormy, welcome to the chat. Yeah, well, see, you're my kind of people then, and you're in the right room. If you're a patriot, this is where you belong. Because that's all this is a patriot freedom family. We all met through the movement, and we're all going to be here. And Carol Burton is not only a sister and a friend, but she's also the main mod in here. So her and Third of Its Kind work real close together. We really don't have a lot of problems in here. These people know me. They know me. They know what kind of person I am. I've modded for Santa's Chat too long, and Stormtrooper and all the rest of them. But don't get discouraged if you don't see me in chat very much, because I won't be in there too much. You write patriot songs now. That's interesting. Jan says it's the food system too. Well, everything that's bad for us is probably actually good for us, and everything that's good for us is probably bad for us. Everything is opposite. The healthier we are, the less money Big Pharma makes. Nina says it seems like us old farts are the only ones that knows or cares about what's going on, and the reason why is because if we don't do something, this generation, we're 2 generations from patriotism being gone. If it was left up to me, see, there's been so many changes though, because it's like this. If you go on, I'm a backyard grower. What's up? I got another friend's request. Who are you that sent it to me this time? All right, Carol, you have a good day. So, if we don't educate people, then it's going to be lost. Because like I said, kids they don't care nothing about freedom. They don't even know what freedom is. So there you go. Or better yet, what freedoms have been lost. Lee Bart, good morning. You're coming in late. Good morning. Good morning. But yep. What it all boils down to really is we've got to make sure that people understand. And that's one thing I will commend Trump for. He brought awareness to the people. That's why they want him out, because the more that we know, the less influence they're going to have on us. And that's just like everybody getting in the streets and standing up if they indict him and actually arrest him and put him in jail and all this other stuff. That's a setup. It's a setup. The left wants us to react. They want us to get in there. It's just like one lady said yesterday in a podcast I was listening to. They want us to make a mistake. They want us to come down there so they can lock us all up just like they did on January 6th. Because when it's all said and done, if in January 6th, okay, it's not that I'm going to degrade the vigil itself, because y'all don't, the reason they're there has nothing to do with that, has nothing to do with anything. But what I'm going to say is, really and truly, as far as them being in prison or in jail and not being able to get fair treatment, nothing has really shifted in that. There's none of the representatives and the senators and the governors that's in Congress and the Senate and all this are trying to get them out. Nobody cares. They hardly ever talk about them. Nobody's met with them down there to talk to them. Just like when 1776 RM was on the lawn. Them people didn't want to talk to us. They stayed away from us. So, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. But really and truly, I mean, just like with Trudeau and the Ottawa convoy, they parked right there in front of his dadgum building. They still didn't do nothing. C4, my mama has dreams like that too. She sees visions and stuff that I've always found it fascinating when she talks about the things she sees and the things she knows. And just about everything I know today is because of her. Speak your mind, censorship, right? I mean, you can't do that no more. I'll do it on this channel because this is my channel. And I'm working on trying to get some backup channels. So you guys hang tight, because if they pop me out of here and they make me lose another YouTube channel or another Facebook channel, at least I can stand up and say, okay, I'll have a backup channel. It's on Rumble, or it's on this, or it's on that. So, that's the main thing I'm trying to do right now, is just keep everything together. So I'm trying to keep it all together and make sure that when it's all said and done, we I don't know, kids now, just they don't see anything. But if like my mom taught me, that God speaks to you in so many different ways, and he does so many different things. And when he's working in your life, you may not understand it at the time. And it may take a couple of years for it actually to kick in and you actually understand it. And that's the way it is sometimes. But you know what it all comes down to is we only have a short time to live. And this is one thing that I told Deuce before I left up there. You have one life. And I've heard him talk about how much he was hurt in the past, and how many people and how they've done him. And what it comes down to is, if you hadn't got sense enough to work with the people that's good for you, then you damn sure ain't gonna have sense enough to stay away from the bad ones. You know what I mean? Carrie says, any from Florida, please send me an email with Venmo so we can build the Florida. My email is on my about page. So he's hating on people from Georgia because I'm not in Florida, but I'm close. My biggest thing is I don't have a way to get around yet. But one of these days, I will. One of these days, I'm going to be able to go. God can even speak with you while you're talking on the phone. Yeah, Nina, that was crazy. And I'm still hanging on to that hope, but you know what? It's really up to, well, number one, it's at God's discretion, but number two, it can happen anywhere. So I've seen it. Nina was on the phone with me that day it happened, and it was crazy. I didn't even think about on her end what it seemed like. All I know is God started speaking, and I got real quiet. I was trying to make sure I understood very carefully what he was trying to tell me. And when I saw the picture in my mind that he sent to me, I'm still not sure exactly what it means, but I know more about it than it did. So, did you find them? None of them. So that's where we're gonna go. Yeah, but I'm fixing to get off. Why? You need me to do something? All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to cut this live short. My dad needs me to take care of something. So I'm gonna call it a day. Y'all pay attention. One of these afternoons I'm gonna go live. It's gonna depend on the weather and all today and what else goes on. But I'm gonna try my best to do a pot soon, like by the end of this week. So y'all take care. Y'all have a blessed day, Stormy. I hope to see you back in here. And I hope you subbed, and we love y'all, and we'll talk to y'all later.